used to have some examples, like, you know, if I just look at you and say, well, don't sit there. Don't sit there. What do you, yeah, exactly. What are you going to do, right? What would you do? What does that mean to stand up? Does that mean to sit over there? It doesn't mean anything. So the idea of stopping that action is only part of it. You have to train them what you want to do because they can't infer. They don't have that logic base to be able to understand that there's another outcome that maybe you could undertake. So, again, house training. Crate training is really, crate training with positive reinforcement is really the key to effective house training. Steps to improve behavior. So, let's see. Okay, oh, perfect. Really, there's some basic steps. If you have a behavior problem, there's some basic steps that we take with every case. I mean, never fails that these are the steps that we're going to take with those cases to try to help those folks. Okay? The first is exercise, and quality exercise. A dog out roaming in the yard is not quality exercise. And I'm not saying it's not beneficial, but if we're trying to wear a dog out so that anxiety or fear or anything is minimized, that is going to come with walks on a leash, time with you interacting and doing things. It does two things. It reinforces the pack so that they know you're the boss, and two, it makes them more tired. You know, in humans, anxiety issues, depression, a lot of times exercise is used as part of that to help folks feel better. It's the same with pets. Exercise releases endorphins, makes them calmer, makes them easier to train. Basic training is usually the second step. And actually, jump back, the exercise, cats too. If a cat has a true issue, a behavior issue, a lot of times we come up with a way to exercise them consistently. They don't tend to walk as well. They really don't. Some do. Some will walk, but for the most part, what we go with are like lasers, the laser lights. They make laser machines essentially that will move the light around and everything else so that the cats will actually go after it. And it'll go for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, so that they'll continue to play the whole time. Okay, so there are ways to do that with cats as well, but that is the first step with them as well. Cats end up with drugs more frequently because it's harder to do things with them, but they are very trainable. It just takes longer to really establish that. So, exercise, I guess at the top there, it does say spay or castration. And this group probably, that's not an issue that I have to discuss very frequently, but realistically, a lot of behavior problems come from being intact. And most of those pets, most medical problems, spaying and castration ends up being the first thing that we do because it ends up contributing in so many ways to problems. You know, it's not to say that animals can't be bred, it's not to say that there aren't good breeders, those types of things, but realistically, if you bring me an animal with any type of behavior issue, if we take testosterone or estrogen and reduce them in the body, they will do better. I mean, it's almost a given. So, castration, exercise, set feeding schedules, ruling out medical conditions. Again, that workup. Every dog that comes in has a full physical, blood work, and an EKG. Okay, we look for heart problems, we're looking for organ problems, and general overall health issues that may contribute. Arthritis contributes to behavior problems, especially litter box issues, those types of things. Heart arrhythmias lead to seizure-like activity that makes pets pee in the household because they collapse and have a small seizure-like activity. So that's only detectable if we find it on the EKG. So the medical workup, there's a ton of these pets that either it's the primary or a contributing issue. So once we find it, we can help them out. Socialization is a very big part of it. But anyway, once you've gone through the consult, that kind of stuff, and always, my first recommendation, if you have a behavior problem, you know somebody whose pet's having a behavior problem, call us. I mean, obviously, and that's what we want you to do. We want you to call. You know, maybe it's a basic tip that we give you, maybe it's a full consult, but always call, because usually we can help. But in the meanwhile, until you talk to us, increase exercise and increase training. Sit, stay, down. It doesn't matter what it is. It teaches the dog or cat that you're in charge. It teaches them that you're in control. So whenever they look to respond to a situation, they look to you. So, you know, I've had a lot of folks with great success when they double or triple their exercise level, and they do sit. I mean, it's that simple to really make the pet feel that much more comfortable. And then the third is to reduce exposure to those activities that caught the triggers, reduce exposure to those triggers, or reducing the triggers. What's my train of thought here? What's the other one?
Impact.
What's that?
The way it impacts them, like thunderstorms.
Yeah,
like
minimizing your reaction. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Reducing the triggers and minimizing your reaction. Thank you, Karen.
I couldn't spit it out either.
So, minimizing the reaction. When a pet is upset, if you're upset, you show you're upset, the pet thinks that the pack is upset. Okay? Oh, good dog. Oh, that's what it hears. And the reality is that unless your pet knows the command, words are really only tone to them. So, what does your tone indicate when you're in that situation? So, in a thunderstorm, sit and stay, and even indoor exercise are things that can really distract them, okay? Being as normal as possible. That helps them to realize that they should be as normal as possible. Same with outside. We're outside, there's barking and stuff. That with aggression, one caveat, if a dog is being aggressive, do not use negative reinforcement. Not even the no. Because there is transference. We do see occasionally where dogs or cats will attack the people that try to stop them. And especially if you smack them on the nose, because a lot of folks, they're barking and you're likely to get